I'm grumpy, and then the astrology's also saying I'm grumpy. But it also like gives you an idea of what to do if you want. Okay, so I am in like the foulest mood today, and I have been really trying to keep it under control because yeah, I just hate being an asshole, but like it's very hard to not be an asshole when you're so angry and upset. And yeah, I think I managed okay considering how bad I felt, and I've like cried a lot and talked about a lot of stuff, and still, yeah, it's just lots of things. Like obviously, like interpersonally with my partner, I need to go through things. I think that's quite healthy to do that regularly. Is like checking about lots of stuff, especially when lots of stuff's happening, and I never let things like build up like in me, or at least I try not to, where I'm always talking explicitly about things if there's any problems. And like yeah, just feeling like a lot of like autistic related tensions and issues internally, where like I don't know, I just don't know what to do anymore with like loads of things, and I'm just exhausted about like trying to work everything out, and basically on my own. Like yeah, that's one of the issues of struggling with a lot of autistic like related like I don't know how to say it, like tensions from society on your own. Like I'm just exhausted and like fed up, and I think it's just okay to just feel like that sometimes, and just to be like fuck life. But keep going, and and I'm excited to like also like try and think about joy and appreciation, because like there's so much to be appreciative, you know. um yeah, and I think I really struggle to cultivate joy and gratitude, even though I like really try. And many autistic people, like no one taught us, or no one's taught me how to like have fun and have like a nice time. So like yeah, it's not surprising really now I say it out loud. I think Roman Catholicism really fucked up my family. Yep. As well as patriarchy, etc. Like with loads of people, I think one of the things it really struggles with is like joy and appreciation, and like just having a nice time, and like having relationships that are nice and not horrible. Like that's part of why I get so upset, like because I feel like I've been like working on my family stuff and being upset about my family stuff, and like for years and years and years and years, and I've like been spending my whole life really just working on it and trying to make it better and putting all this emotional labor in, and like for years and years and years, and I'm just fucking exhausted. And like I remember seeing this video that was like being a survivor costs you like 105k like in your lifetime, because of how much like resources and time and energy you have to spend on like like I don't know, like putting the pieces back together, dude. And yeah, I'm gonna give myself a little bit of credit here. But it is really difficult, because there's a point in my relationships where I'm like, look, I just want to have a nice relationship with you. I just want to have a nice relationship with you. And I have been trying to do that, and I have a very hard life like everyone, and if it's really hard to have a nice relationship with you, I just practically can't. Like I practically like can't do it, therefore, because I just cannot deal with more shit. Okay? So like all shit relationships. So I just don't have the energy. Like even if I wanted to, like I kind of want to in a way have the energy to just continue, but I just don't. So yeah, it's upsetting. Yes, like it is much better than it used to be, and yes, I'm in like the best relationship with them I've ever had, but like it's still really hard and really difficult. And like I'm supposed to call one of them today, but I just know it's just gonna really upset me and stress me out. And I'm like, well, I just don't want to talk to you because I'm already at like full capacity, and like every time I speak to you or someone else speaks to you, they just get really upset and traumatized and like freaked out and stressed because you like refuse to get any support for yourself. So I think like you just get stuck with loads of things like repeatedly. But that's not just it. Like I've got so many interpersonal things I'm like trying to work out, and like trying to do all this labor with like people that have hurt me like recently. I'm like thinking about how to talk to them about it, and like trying to think about how to phrase it, and like using all my well-being and my interpersonal skills to like do all this work. And like and no one else is fucking doing anything, and no one basically ever does something. It feels like, I know that's not actually true, but it's definitely like one-sided with a lot of my like family relationships, at least. And I just feel like I just can't do this. Like I just can't do this. I can't do all this work basically. Also, like that's like a normal constant feeling because I've always done it, and so on, and it's been like for my whole life as well. So yeah, exhausted.com, like from just that, you just get stuck. Anyway, the point is I just need more therapy. I'm like maxing out the amount of therapy I can have already with my therapist, but I need to get more, and I need to get more support ASAP because it's just too much. This is just like a tiny slither of like what I'm trying to figure out and like think about. That's not even like looking at the world, a wider world, and anything else. Or like the fact it's like viscerally painful socializing with other humans and like ruminating about it afterwards, and like, but I also really need contact with people and miss my friends and love my friends, and like I'm really lonely and isolated at the same time, which is like hell on earth. But anyway, one of the cool things that we did is like trying to work out, like, a lot of the time when something's happening for you, your chart shows it as well. So let's have a look at my chart. Well, it's not actually the chart, it's like a summary of my chart. Oh, where's my face? Hello? Ooh. Okay, let's have a look. Mars retrograde opposing your Saturn. Yep, that'll do it. You may feel called to choose between different ways of taking action in the world, between rage and grief, between aesthetic withdrawal and front lines fighting, but this binary is false. You can channel your fire sustainably, thank God, by remembering that your courage is a renewable resource, but only when the body is well cared for. Mars is currently retrograde, so this is the second out of the third times that this will transit. Will occur for you. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, so Mars is to do with like anger, passion, rage, warfare, like conflict. Yes. And like Saturn, they're both, Saturn and Mars are known for being like quite gnarly. I don't know why I said yeah, quite gnarly. Okay, makes sense. Next. Oh, another one. Moon opposing your sun. Inattentions have a way of rising to the surface. Relationship issues will tend to tease them out and make them deeply buried thoughts, feelings, behaviors more conscious. It's a quick but poignant moment in passing, but if you integrate the lesson, it will assist you for a long time to come. Sweet. I think I'm a bit more privileged here because I never really keep shit to myself whenever I have problems in my partnership and with people, but yeah. I think that's still helpful. Well, that's funny because that's kind of what I'm doing right now with this anger. Exact date 4th of January, and it's 4th of January. Ooh, it's weird. It's really weird. Today brings a sense of ease, some intuitive thoughts, insights about where to go, what to create, and where to find a little pleasure-filled pockets, focusing on what you are grateful for. Thank you. Brings more awareness of how full and gorgeous your life already is. Fill up on the good stuff. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention, these are from the Chani app, so yeah, highly recommend. You need your time of birth. That's the only thing. You have to have your time of birth. That's the most helpful thing. If you can't get it, there are some alternatives, but it really helps if you can get your time of birth. So any way that you can figure that out. Christ, there's another one. Right, so Mars retrograde conjunct your moon. Your fight or flight instinct is strong, and depending on how your system is built, depending on how your system is built, one of them may sound particularly appealing right now. That's interesting because I'm often a fighter, so makes sense. So it sounds like, well, the way that you've been programmed is like close to the surface at the moment. You may even feel the tension in your body and the need to release it through vigorous applications of your energy. I've been crying all morning. But those same situations can inspire a tremendous amount of courage, clarity, and insight about your agency. Mars is currently retrograde, so this will be the second of 3 times. God damn it, it's gonna happen again. And that's another thing, like, I guess you could do is, like, you could look up where the Mars retrograde is gonna come again, and you can, like, prepare for that emotional shit. Yeah. Like, it can help you, like, the astrologer, this is from the Chani app, which is really good. They have, like, professional astrologers that, like, distill your specific chart and transits and what that means for you, and like obviously they put their own spin on it, but it can give you like really clarity, direction about what will help and what to do and blah 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 blah, because everyone has difficult transits, right? And it's really nice to like hear about it and like be like supported by like knowing that your mental health struggles are literally like in the stars. Like, you know, it's not as simple as like us only, right? Even if we just take like community, like mental health, well-being, da 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 da. And it's just nice. It's just nice to have that context to be like, and also to prepare yourself. Prepare yourself.